Now we will present our next presenter, which is Salome Mwaura. She is a Chief Medical Engineerologist in Nairobi and will present Advancing CEHT Training from Kenya. Your floor, Salome.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present in this webinar. I'm from Kenya. If you could go to the next slide. I work for the government. I've been working there for about 25 years. And in my work experience, I've done a lot of maintenance and repairs and procurement. And I have also been involved in this kind of work where it is male dominated. And of course, in the African setup, women are not supposed to go to school, or they're not supposed to be in any decision-making capacity. But for some reason, we are able to control and be part of the system. The reason why I started with a diploma is because we did not have a degree in the country up until, I guess, in the year 2003. So before that, we were only having the certificate and the diploma courses. And with time, we have advanced, and we are at least headed somewhere. Next slide, please. Yeah, so like I said earlier, we were just doing technician and technologist kind of courses. But Egerton University, in the year 2002, they started postgraduate kind of training, where with a diploma in medical engineering, you could go and do a 2-year course in medical engineering, a degree course. The program ran for like about 8 years, and then there was a challenge in quorum. The students were not enough because they were taking very few students. Sorry, you will forgive me. I had to stop over somewhere to take part in this meeting, so there are so many people passing. Then after some time, Egerton closed because it is far. It's like 3 hours from Nairobi, and they were only having the training in Nakuru, and the commuting from maybe all over Kenya to go to Egerton became hectic for many people, and that's how the training did not get enough students. By the time we have Kenyatta University in the year 2015, they started the degree program. Actually, they have had the first batch graduated in the year 2019, sorry. The unfortunate thing about that is they don't give credits to people who have done maybe diploma or higher diploma. So if you go in fresh, and you have to take the degree for 5 years. So again, it didn't get enough quorum because you have to be like from high school so that you go direct to the university. And if you have any other training before, it is not considered at all. Then fortunately, lately we've had so many universities which were polytechnics which were given charters. Like I schooled in Mombasa Polytechnic, but today it's Technical University of Mombasa. They were given a charter, and they're able now to conduct a degree in medical engineering. Yeah, so we have several other universities that have been accredited to do that. Currently, it's only the Technical University of Mombasa which was conducting the diploma in medical engineering, which gives credit to like former students. So them, they go for, I think, 4 years, the rest they go for 5 years. And it has become a challenge because you have to be out of work for the 4 years. And the government is kind of hesitant to release a worker for like 4 years paid leave. Yes, it applies in some counties. Some counties they have refused, but we are able to cope with it, and that's how it is currently. If you could go to the next slide. Yeah, we have a big challenge in the changing technologies because our education system is still the old school one. Even if they redo their curriculum, they still try to maintain the very, very initial curriculum. So unless you go to do a specific training, like if you want to understand MRI or CT scan, or if you want to do dialysis, it has to be like a specialized higher diploma course. So what the ministry has done, they have now tailor-made programs where if you want to do dialysis, you can just go for 2 years and do dialysis. If you want to do MRI, you can go for 2 years and you get a higher national diploma in dialysis. Just because even in the university, it's it's an umbrella. You are not specific. You're doing everything that when you go to the hospital, you will be able to do laundry, you'll be able to go to the theater, you'll be able to go to the sterilizing department. So we actually are not specific. But if you want to be specific now, you have to go for like a 2 years course to do that just one item on specification, where when you come out, you'll be maybe in the dialysis department or something like that. Again, like 5 years ago, the government went into leasing of medical equipment, and there were the very high-end equipment, like the MRIs and the CTs, and our members did not have the capacity. So since then, the government has introduced factory training. If you are getting a new equipment, the benefiting hospital, some technicians are taken to the factory so that they are able to understand the equipment better. And when they come back, they are able to handle the equipment and handle it well. We are also having local training programs. We have like GE and Esteem, they have built a training center in Nairobi. So if they have some equipment they really need to train people, they do that through the ministry, and technicians are invited from several hospitals and they go through the training, which actually has improved service delivery. There's some equipment we have never seen. When it comes new, you really don't know how to handle it. So you either go for that training, mostly it's 2 to 3 weeks training. Alternatively, the technicians will come to the ground and they will do a whole 1 week training on site. And that one also helps because you're able to do from installation to operations. The user and the technician, they're able to be trained together. And that is how it has been happening. And it has really been positive for all of us. And we're really appreciating that. We are also conducting continuous medical education, especially to the users, because most of our equipment, we have issues with power surges, shortage of water. So anything small can affect the performance of the equipment. So we have introduced continuous medical education, which we offer to the users quite oftenly, especially if there is a duty rotation, because you'll find this nurse has been working in the theater for 1 year and then she's been rotated to another department, and the person who has come in does not understand the equipment in the theater. So we keep doing continuous medical education to the users so that we tell them how best they can use the equipment to at least try and lower the rate at which we are having the breakdowns. And we also through our health system was devolved some years back, I think 2013. So health is specifically a function of the county. So each county, we don't have we have a national policy which does not apply to every county. Every county, you'll find they're doing the things differently. Like in Nairobi here, if I want to go for training, and it's like full-time training where I need to be out of office, it might not work. But you go to another county where you find our technicians are being allowed to get that study leave, be it 2 years, be it 3 years, be 4 years. And once you get that study leave, you can be able to learn, because really, if, like I had said earlier, Egerton is 3 hours away from where I am. If I have to go to Egerton, I can't do it on daily basis. And okay, fortunately, they had tailor-made it like it was a part-time program, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So you only get off days on Thursdays and Fridays. It was also a challenge because when you go to Nakuru, you have to look for a place to sleep and all that. So I think those are the challenges that even made the program collapse. But we are trying to see how best we can settle this so that our technicians are able to progress in their training. But when the Ministry of Health, the national government, they organize for a training, they normally disseminate to the counties, and they tell the counties to release the identified technicians. So it really works that way. But if I'm the technician going to tell my boss, I am going this way, I want to do this, it becomes quite hard. Next slide, please. Yeah, so.
And Salome, we need to complete in about 1 minute. Thank you.
Oh, okay, thank you. So we have several challenges, like I had mentioned earlier about infrastructure. If some of the county regions they are not well equipped with electricity, water, and all that, and some of the equipments cannot be taken to such hospitals, so they have to refer patients for specialized treatment because the facilities do not have those kind of facilities or infrastructure. And then the high cost of living also deters our technicians from advancing in education, especially if you have to pay for yourself. And people working in remote areas, we have quite remote areas in this country, and the few equipments that are there, the technician who is there is able to handle, so they do not really find the need to advance in technology, because all I have, I am able to repair, and I'm being paid. And yeah, that's quite a challenge. We are not having personal development. Next slide, please. Yeah, so in conclusion, we need to support our women. In this country or in our culture, women are just meant for childbearing. So if I'm married and I have little kids, my husband will never allow me to go back to school. But if the women are empowered, we can actually be able to go back to school and advance in our education, and we have a standing somewhere in the society. And we also need to create awareness to our colleagues of any emerging technology and why they should not be in the comfort zone, because if you're in your comfort zone, nothing challenges you, nothing really bothers you. So you will always do same things, same way, same time, and there is no kind of improvement. And again, we need to bring training closer to our people. Like every county should have a college or an institution that is offering the training. So if I'm moving within my county, it is cheaper and affordable. But if I have to go to another county, it becomes expensive, and really, I may not be able to do that. And that one makes me not even be interested in learning. And thank you very much for listening to me. Good evening.
Thank you so much, Salome.